Hey, welcome back to Income Trading 101. I wanted to make a quick video today. Of course, I always say it's going to be quick and then 20 minutes later, but I'm going to do better today. The main thing is that I create a video that helps me in my trading tomorrow and helps you in how you think about the market. So this is Income Trading 101. Today is Monday, August the 28th, 2023. And I've started looking at these heat maps much more just to see what's moved today. And I like getting a sense. Some of these I've already covered recently. Had a really nice trade in NVIDIA last week. If you listen to my podcast on option trading, you'll hear me talk a little bit about it. But let's go over here with Broadcom and see what's going on in Broadcom today. So let's see. Oh, there we go. We've got earnings coming up. That changes a lot of things. Look at the move that happened in their last earnings, right? Part of the reason Broadcom is moving so much is because it's also being looked at as a possible AI source beyond NVIDIA. So as I do with all of my videos, let's go ahead and just take a look at where this company has come from. And it just got me going back to 2012 if I stay on the daily. If I go to the monthly, that'll give me even more data. Look at that. All the way back to 2010. So we clearly are in the highs, all-time highs in this. So keep that in mind. You always want to know that because it means things like Fibonacci analysis, retracements, and all of that are irrelevant because this thing is pretty much going straight higher. So I want to look at really the last year's worth of data that we have right there. I'm going to go ahead and add in some moving averages. And as you guys know, I like using, I'm using TradingView. If you are interested in TradingView, you can click on a link in the description for this video. I always use the 10-day, the 20-day, and I like a 10, a 20, and a 60. So the 10-day is like a 2-week. That's my fast movement. The 20 is when these two cross, when the 10 and the 20 cross, it's a good indication that things are going lower. And a 20-day is basically a month's worth of data. And then I like adding in a 60-day, which is a 3 months. That's 3 months worth of data. I kind of use that as my longer term. When you have bullish markets, you see the 10-day above the 20 and both of those above the 60. Right now we have a period of, what do you call it? Everything is converging right here. It's a little period of convergence. In fact, I'm just going to use the actual data over in the upper left-hand corner. So you've got the 10-day average as $849.33. The 20 is $861, and the 60 is $862. Now, what I didn't realize, and just saying that, but thankfully the numbers are there because I couldn't see it as well visually, but all three moving averages are in line for a bearish move. Very interesting. So let's remember bearish at the daily. Let's go up to a weekly. Now, weekly and anything larger, because of the recent moves, are going to be really, really bullish. So we know that larger than daily is going to be bullish. Let's look at a 4-hour. Let's go tighter. So tighter, we've got some convergence where the 10 period is between the 60 and the 20. So nothing conclusive there. If we go to the 1 hour, still convergence because the 10 is between the 20 and the 60. So at the daily, you have what could be the beginning of a bearish. At the anything larger than daily is immensely bullish. Anything less than is sort of converging. And let's just play around and go down to like the 30-minute level. Look at that 30-minute level. It's still converging. They're not in order. The 15-minute level. The 15-minute level was bullish. We finished the day bullish, and that left the moving averages bullish intraday for the 15 minutes. So let's kick this back to the daily. Now, I'll tell you, when you have markets that are trending the way this has, you really don't get good indicators when it comes to the MACD. So the crossovers, like this crossover here, represented let's say $855 down to $821. That led to a $30 drop in price over, what do we have? I'm going to try and see. That's bottomed out on June the 26th, and the crossover would have happened on the 21st. So 5 days you could have made $30, and over the next 5 days you would have lost it all. And if you stayed short, you would have lost even more. So the MACD doesn't do as well on this sort of indicator because it's been trending so long. And I could always play around with time on the MACD, but it doesn't really, again, it doesn't give us as good of signals. This crossover here back in November of 22 is obviously a good one, and it stayed since then. And look at that. It's going to make me eat my words, because this crossover on the weekly, I changed the data to weekly from January the 18th of 22. That crossover in the oversold area, or overbought area, sorry, ended up sort of letting us get a sense of stock going lower. But if you look, this crossover that happened in January, you would have gone short here and arguably would have lost your money when you got that retracement, and probably would have closed out the trade somewhere in this. Now, if you had gotten short again, that trade would have ended up being very profitable. But you have to know the value or how these indicators work, given every different situation. Otherwise, it can really end up costing you a lot of money. Let's take it down like the 4 hour, because here we have a little that's a bullish crossover in the MACD, and that was in something that we said was inconclusive at the or converging. The 1 hour, you've got a crossover that happened on Friday. Now you've got a bearish crossover that happened last Thursday, and it's sort of tight down here right now. So I really am lukewarm right now most of the time, because so many stocks are just in full-on bullish patterns. Now, I would normally love to do some sort of retracement for this, but there's nothing to retrace. This thing is just straight up bullish. So let me pull it back out to about a year's worth of data right there. I mean, this has been a very strong stock. And honestly, if I were going to trade this one, I would really look to, let me see if I can get that in there. I would look to do something that would end up setting myself up well for this upcoming earnings event. But for now, I'd probably say over the next couple days, I mean, you do end up having a scenario where it's going to end up being, very bullish there. You've got, oh, nope, let's get this again. You've got all sorts of, you've got a top there. So let's actually, I don't like that. I like to use the horizontal ray because it keeps me from having to have a steady hand. So we just go boom. So if I were looking at this for the coming days, I might actually look to see, do we end up making that crossover? Because if this stock does go, now don't wait for the stock to pop, what's that, from 861 up to 919. I mean, that's that's a lot of money that's on the line there, $60. But if it does start to go push higher, there are any number of ways you could take advantage of a upward trend here without posting up the stock. Like, I love using options. As you guys know, I have that podcast, The Weekly Option. I know some of you guys have subscribed. Thanks for subscribing, but keep an eye out on this one, because you could very easily end up losing it on this earnings. So I'm very leery of earnings. I might put on a small credit spread, or maybe even buy some out of the money call options that would expire probably somewhere around September the 8th. If I truly believe in this stock, I like what happened on the last earnings. I mean, it has some volatility before earnings, pulled back a little bit, and then ultimately went higher, right? So we'll see if that ends up happening again. We saw it happen in NVIDIA. So keep an eye out. That's the kicker with all of these AI or technology-driven stocks. You could make a ton of money in a short amount of time. If you use options, you can really manage your overall exposure very well, but you just want to make sure you stay on top of it because this is an announcement move and we'll see what the earnings does. So that's it. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to these videos or to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you would, go ahead and hit the like button so I can keep making these videos for you. Thank you guys so much. Also have an announcement in the coming weeks. So keep an eye out for new videos because I'm going to be letting you guys know a bit more about that, about what's coming up in the month of September. So, hey, that's it. Hope you guys have a great week. Happy trading. Take care.